Hello, I'm David Breeden. I'm the Senior Minister of First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis, a historically humanist congregation, and this is Coffee and Wisdom, where we look at religious ideas and philosophy from the past and where we are and then maybe where we're going in the future. This week, we've been asking, what is religion anyway? On Monday, I talked about the fact that religion is a contested category in religious studies programs at the university level nowadays. Many scholars, it is really a scholarly consensus that the idea of religion is a Western concept that is embedded in colonialism and therefore is a category we need to deal with in a very different way. On Tuesday, we looked at religion in action. What does religion actually do? What's this box? And how do we wind it up? Yesterday, we talked about religion as an aesthetic experience, that religion has, various human religions have created aesthetic experiences over time, some of them frozen in time as buildings, some of them on paper as music, etc. And today, I want to look at religion as consumer product, because here in the U.S., that is one of the things that we do seem to have. Yeah, there's your buffet of religions right there. We've all heard about cafeteria Catholics. The central book in this consideration came out in 1985. It's called Habits of the Heart by Robert Bellah at Alia. And as you can see at the bottom of the picture there were several. This is a serious sociological study of just what religion was in 1985 and where it might be going. In the book, they talk about Sheilaism. And the way this worked is that they were doing interviews about the religious practices of people. And there was someone who wasn't named Sheila, but that's the name they gave her. And she said this about her religion: I believe in God. I'm not a religious fanatic. I can't remember the last time I went to church. My faith has carried me a long way. It's Sheilaism, just my own little voice. It's just try to love yourself and be gentle with yourself. You know, I guess take care of each other. I think he would want us to take care of each other. So let's look at how Sheilaism breaks down. First off, it is theistic. And the average American does believe in some sort of power out there. As a matter of fact, it's not fanatical. Sheila is not going to blow up a building because of her religious faith. It doesn't require going to church or being a church member. It's personally sustaining. It's mine and mine alone. It's completely subjective. I'm not going to in any way consider anything that isn't of interest to me. Its first principle is love and be gentle with yourself. Right? And perhaps maybe it includes something about he wanting us to take care of others, but that's a little more fuzzy there. Now, Bellah et Alia worried in the book in 1985 about what the subjectivism portended for American religion in the future. And now we do know what it portended. It was the rise of the spiritual but not religious cafeteria Christianity and the rise of what we call the nuns with a capital N. This is another book that very much talks about Sheilaism in its many forms. It's not a work of sociology, but it's a book written by Arthur Farnsley, who is a flea market aficionado and a professor of religion. And he started talking to his flea market friends about their religious faith. And so he discovered a flea market Jesus, very Christian nationalist. None of them, or very few of them, went to church. They didn't need that in their particular Christianity. And so it's a very, very interesting look at subjective Christianity, often kind of mixed in with some vague understandings of Native American theology. So a very interesting little book to look at. Well, also, this book was talking about what would happen, which was the Great Decline, 60 years of religion in one graph. And guess what? if this is your business, this is not how the graph is supposed to look. It's not real happy when you look at it from this direction. So that was indeed a good prediction of what was going on. Now, I would mention one of my go-to theologians, if you've been listening for a while, and that's Paul Tillich, who was really an agnostic atheist, but wanted to stick within Christianity somewhat, and really talked about what that would mean in a post-World War II America. And so being religious, said Paul Tillich, means asking passionately the question of the meaning of our existence and being willing to receive answers, even if the answers hurt. I'll read that again. Being religious means asking passionately the question of the meaning of our existence and being willing to receive answers, even if the answers hurt. And of course, that's exactly what Bella and Alia were talking about in Sheilaism and the American religion that they were discovering, that coming out of a consumerist context. It doesn't hurt, and it is seldom or never challenged. And since it doesn't exist in any kind of communal way, you're not going to change your mind very much over time. So something to think about. Consumerist religion, because we have it in the US, but what are people buying when they buy into this idea that I can construct my religion out of my consumer products? Thanks for listening today. You can subscribe to First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis on YouTube. Also, we have a second channel, Den of Conversation. That's where this program is archived, and you can go see older ones. And also our other program, evening program, Bibles and Beer, are both on YouTube, Den of Conversation. Join us at 10:30 a.m. Central Time on Sunday for Assembly, where I'm going to be talking about some of these ideas about communication, listening to others, and really the hard business of what it means to listen when we don't want to hear. You can help us out by going to PayPal or firstunitarian.org/donate. Thanks a whole lot. And we'll summarize this week tomorrow on Friday and see what we've got. What is religion? Thank you.